everyone, it's Carolyn from the Cromaine Library, and I'm going to teach you how to make some really easy potions that you can get from ingredients found in your kitchen, in your bathroom, and in other random cupboards and hiding places in your house. All right, so let's get started. This first one is probably the easiest. It's probably the thing that you're most likely to have all of the ingredients for just lying around, and that is Play-Doh. Yes, you can make Play-Doh at home. It is so simple, and it doesn't really matter if it dries out because you can just make more. Actually, I used to dry it out all the time to make creations, so if you want to do that, this is the perfect dough. Okay, so you're going to need 2 cups of flour. Any kind of flour works. 1 cup of salt. It's a lot of salt, an entire cup. All right, then you're going to need about 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and then a little less than a cup of water. I add the water a little bit at a time. So mix your dry ingredients together, pour in your oil, and then pour in your water a little bit at a time, and you will get Play-Doh. Now, the cool thing about this recipe is all you need is some food dye. You can turn it whatever color you want. Nice and simple, just the way I like my potions. All right, speaking of simple, cornstarch. Cornstarch makes everything really, really, really simple. So while everybody's stockpiling toilet paper and they're stockpiling flour, go for the cornstarch because you can actually make a ton of different potions out of this stuff, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about those. All right, so the first one is really easy. It's oobleck. It's just cornstarch and water. You get it to a really cool consistency where when you press on it, your finger slowly sinks into it. That's about the perfect desired consistency. And as Glenn says, it's a non-Newtonian fluid. Yes, so it's a lot of fun to play with. All right, the other thing you can do with cornstarch is add stuff to it. So cornstarch plus hair conditioner actually equals a really soft dough. Really, really fun to play around with. All right. Cornstarch plus yogurt is another really good idea. This one is edible, so it's perfect if you have little kids. You just add your favorite flavor of yogurt to cornstarch, and you can actually eat it if you want. It's a really interesting consistency, but you can also play with it as a dough. The good thing about a lot of these potions we're doing today is they can be eaten. So any of the cornstarch potions I just talked about can be eaten. And then it's really salty, but Play-Doh can be eaten as well. So if you have little kids, those are going to be the potions that you're going to want to try first. All right, there's also the other classic, vinegar and baking soda. Vinegar and baking soda is a ton of fun to play with in any way, shape, or form. You can put a balloon on top of a water bottle and do it that way. But usually I just fill up a water bottle about halfway with vinegar, and then I pour in my baking soda and watch it. You know what? All right. So our next potion is simply adding cornstarch to this mix. So what you're going to do is take your baking soda and your cornstarch and mix them together. It doesn't really matter kind of what proportions. I usually do about half and half. So you just sprinkle them in the bottom of a bowl or a pan, like a lasagna pan will work really well for this one. And then you put your vinegar in a spray bottle and just spray it. Miss Becca does this one all the time. It's a ton of fun, especially if you turn your vinegar different colors. Then it creates really cool patterns and artwork, actually, in your potion. All right, so I know everybody is going to want to learn how to make slime because slime is really fun, let's be honest. I have a bunch of different slime recipes, all with things that you can use from your house. Now, the one thing that you are going to have for all of these recipes is school glue. Generic glue works just fine. You can actually find this in Kroger and Meijer, and the next time you go grocery shopping, just pick up a couple bottles of glue, and you should be good to go. All right, so regular slime is just glue and then an activator. So I have a couple activators hanging out right here right now. The first one, contact solution. Glue and contact solution, really, really easy slime. Another one is baking soda, which I have over here. I would highly recommend dissolving your baking soda in water first before you add it to the glue because it will make it a little easier to mix together. So there's that option. And then if you are one of the lucky people to have liquid starch, Stay Flow is what I really recommend. Stay Flow and glue is all you need to make slime. So those are 3 different ways that you can make slime with things that you might have just lying around the house. If you want to pump up your slime a little bit, add some shaving cream. Really, really simple. Put in your glue and add some shaving cream and then put in your activator and you should be good to go. I usually use the contact solution when I'm making this and it makes fluffy unicorn slime, which is tons of fun, especially if you put in a bunch of colors and make it all rainbow. All right, so the last potion I'm going to show you is something really simple. All it takes is a water bottle. We're actually going to do this one because it's a ton of fun. And some hydrogen peroxide. Now, I usually keep some hydrogen peroxide on hand because A, I really love making potions, and B, I have a dog. All right, so we're going to pour this in our water bottle. Usually, I fill this up to about the second line on a water bottle. I know they're a little different. The thing about potions is they are not an exact science. You can play around with these a little bit. So we're going to do that. And then you need some yeast. So it's just 2 ingredients. It's just hydrogen peroxide and yeast. And the hydrogen peroxide you can find in the first aid aisle. And yeast is obviously the baking aisle. All right, so you add your yeast to your hydrogen peroxide and something really cool happens. Swirl, 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 swirl. Uh-oh, something's happening. Do you see this? Do you see how it's expanding? That's pretty cool. This is called elephant toothpaste, and this is really easy to make, really fun. It's actually going to expand so it will go all the way up the water bottle and then come pouring out. So you can see it's already above our little artwork line there. All right, so those are some potions that you can make from home. Attached, I'm actually going to give you my entire potion book from Harry Potter Camp. So that has a ton of other potions and things that you can try out. Remember, experiment. Have a ton of fun with this. Play around with what kind of consistency you like. For example, if you add more cornstarch to something, it's automatically going to get less sticky. So if you really don't like sticky stuff, if you have somebody that hates that kind of sticky consistency, add a bunch more cornstarch and it will turn more into a doughy consistency. So this works for pretty much any potion that you have, especially the ones that are made out of things you get from the baking aisle. Another tip, if you want more sticky, just add more sticky stuff like glue. I love potions that are ultra sticky and fun to make. So play around with these, have fun, and if you want to take a picture of you playing with your potions at home, I would love to see it. All right, so this is Carolyn from the Cromaine Library, and I hope you guys have a ton of fun playing with your potions.